Hello and welcome. In this video, we will take a look at some weapons and shoot them. In case you have no clue what game this is, it's called Into the Radius, a VR immersive shooter and exploration game based on the book Roadside Picnic, and also on the movie Stalker and the games with the same name. Do you like this game? Want to play it on your Meta Quest? Use the code in the description for a 33% discount, exclusive. Now, let's go ahead and check out some of the weapons I have in my arsenal. We will start with some pistols. So first we have the PM or Pistol Makarov. This is the pistol that you start with in the game, and let's be honest, it's crap. This is a Soviet-designed semi-automatic pistol that was introduced in the late 1950s. Now I could tell you about what ammo it uses, its range, what damage it does, but I don't want you to fall asleep. I will only say that if you have nothing else, using 2 of these John Wick style can get you through the day. As soon as you can, buy something else though. Let's move on. Next up we have one of my personal favorites, the Glock G17. It is one of the most well-known and widely used handguns in the world. There is also a G18 fully automatic version, but I do not have that one right now. Must have lost it somewhere. This one comes with a nice silencer and a simple red dot laser pointer. The magazine holds 17 rounds, so it's a much better choice than most other pistols in the game, with a few exceptions. If you have 2 of them, you can put down almost any enemy. Just make sure you have enough bullets, especially with the G18 version. Let's have some fun with these bad boys. That is one fine pistol. Let's see what else we have around here. The TT-33, also known as the Tula Tokarev Model 1933. This is a historic gun from the Soviet military. I personally don't like it much, but it's a good gun. As I said, a good gun. It just reminds me of one of those lighters in the shape of a pistol. I sometimes use it when I am low on other ammo types and I have too much of the one it shoots. I seem to have 4 of these for some reason. Next up, a gun that I think needs no introduction if you ever played any first-person shooters. The Desert Eagle 357. Legendary. I have a red dot pointer on this one for added accuracy. Damn, that is loud. The only thing you might not like about this gun is that it only holds 7 rounds, and enemies will hear you from very far away once you shoot it. The next gun, the MP412 Rex, is in my opinion even louder. It only holds 6 rounds like any revolver. However, both the Desert Eagle and this one can do some serious damage thanks to the caliber 357 ammo. I am not 100% sure, but I think there are no add-ins for this. Pity. Next up we have the OTS-33Pia. This is a lesser-known, but interesting Russian handgun from the 90s. I have this one with the camouflage design, and one in black. What I like about this gun, besides its visual design, is that it has a very big magazine, 28 rounds. This means you have to reload much less often. It is also one of my favorites. Next up we have the GSH-18. Better than a Makarov PM, but not great. I don't use it much. Nothing special as you can see. Let's see what else we have around here. This is my Black OTS 33. I forgot to mention that this gun has a burst mode, just like the Glocks. Last but not least, we have the M9 Beretta that combines reliability and a good balance of performance. As a fun fact, the version in this game is a mix of multiple Beretta models and doesn't actually exist. It's a good gun, but to be honest, I did not use it much. I have 3 of them, just because, well, I like to collect guns, as I am sure you can tell. Here we have a PPSH submachine gun from World War II. This is a short version. It looks very sketchy, with the red rubber band on it. It has these long magazines, but it can also use a drum magazine, which you will see later. I don't like this gun much particularly because it jams very often. This one is very dirty, so I will clean it up a bit while I show you the weapons cleaning mechanic. This is extremely satisfying, especially after a long day in the radius. It's important to keep your guns clean so they don't jam or misfire. If they are very dirty, you can use a spray and a toothbrush. This will make the gun nice and shiny, and remove all the thick dirt. After that, you take a metal rod and some paper and clean inside the barrel. You must remember to do the same with the magazines. You can clean them with the spray and toothbrush. I won't be cleaning the magazine now. I don't want to keep you waiting. Another thing I don't like about this gun is that I never remember how to cock it properly. If you have nothing else and you find one lying around, use it. I would not recommend buying it though. This being said, this is a submachine gun after all. It can shoot 1 by 1 or in automatic mode. You can try to use 2 at the same time, but the recoil will make them fly up and you will have very little accuracy, as you can imagine. It's a pity you cannot scare enemies in this game. These guns would do a great job. As I said, unlike the pistols, using 2 of these is not very accurate. Let's move on. Here we have the PP91. I think I don't actually have a magazine for this submachine gun, unfortunately. So, we won't be able to shoot it, but I can tell you a few things about it. This gun is used mostly by Russian Ministry of Internal Affairs. It handles much like a pistol. The hand on the front of the gun has no effect on gun movement. It also jams a lot, so I use it very rarely. It kind of reminds me of an Uzi or a Tech 9, some type of Russian version. I have no clue where the magazine is though. Pity. Now, if you want a proper submachine gun, this is what you need. The MP5K. It needs no introduction as this is a very popular weapon. I use this one a lot. Put a silencer on it and a better aiming device, and you are golden. Here is another weapon that I rarely use if I am being honest. The PP2000. It's a Russian SMG that was designed primarily for SWAT operations and close quarters combat. It's probably one of the most underrated weapons in the game. It has good accuracy, it's fully automatic, and does a good amount of damage, especially if you are using armor-piercing rounds. I should probably upgrade this one a bit and use it more often. With so many weapons to choose from, it's easy to overlook some of them. There are a few weapons in the game that I never even tried, like the SVAL or the VSS Vintores. Next, we have the PPSH. This is the heavier and more precise version of the PPSH short version that you saw earlier. Here is the drum magazine that I was talking about. I feel that it's a bit more reliable and looks a bit better. Here is a very interesting weapon. This is the OC-14 Groza. It is a Russian bullpup assault rifle designed in early 90s for counter-terrorist special units. The 4A model comes equipped with an integrated GP-25 grenade launcher. It uses 9x39mm ammo and does a good amount of damage, especially with the grenade launcher. Aiming the grenade launcher can be a bit tricky and takes a bit of getting used to, but once you do, it's worth it. Let's move on to the AK series, my personal favorite. Here we have the AKS-74U, a compact version of the AK-74. It is the lightest of the AK family assault rifles and fills the role of a close-range assault weapon. Being an assault rifle, it benefits from higher per-shot damage than submachine guns. When paired with the Railby laser pointer attachment, the weapon is deadly in close-quarter combat. Let's see if I can find some ammo for it and show you how it shoots. I seem to have forgotten which type it uses. Sorry, I got a bit stuck there. My Quest controllers are a bit old and sometimes don't work properly. You could like and subscribe so that I can afford some new ones. This next gun is probably one of my favorites in the game, the AK-74. It is a notable evolution of the AK-47. Introduced in the early 1970s, it's designed to use a smaller cartridge than the AK-47, which offers lower recoil and higher accuracy. People often confuse these two weapons. As you can see, I have a nice scope on this one. I have to say, I love this gun. Next, we have this beauty, an AK-74M in black, which is a modified version of the AK-74, a bit lighter and even more controllable thanks to the new muzzle brake. It has a scope and a silencer on it. The silencer just died. It will have to be repaired, as I am sure you have noticed the difference in suppression once it broke. As I said, this is one of my favorite, and it is in the top 3 weapons in the game for me. I usually also have a green laser on it as well. Next we have the Steer AUG, an Austrian bullpup assault rifle known for futuristic design. It's very reliable, accurate, and you can modify it as you wish. I don't use it much, but it's an awesome weapon. It uses a progressive trigger system, meaning a half pull on the trigger will fire one shot and a full pull will make it shoot in full auto mode. Here we have another iconic weapon, the M4A1. A fully automatic carbine widely used by the United States Armed Forces. Essentially a lighter and shorter variant of the M16A2 assault rifle. You can customize it with various attachments like optics and rail systems. This flexibility enhances its adaptability for different combat scenarios. I have this scope on it right now that is a bit rusty and could use some cleaning, as you can see. I don't use it very often, and I always seem to forget how to chamber a bullet, as I am more used to the AK-style rifles. This is a very solid weapon. I do recommend it. I just happen to prefer the AKs to the NATO weapons. Here are some of the upgrades I was talking about. Optics, laser pointers. I always have a bunch of them lying around. The AKM is a high damage assault rifle that can be upgraded to become a very reliable companion in the wasteland. Once modified, it can host a silencer with moderate durability, and it can even mount the Cobra D, one of the best aiming devices in the game. It can also mount a grenade launcher without the need of any additional investment other than the cost of the accessory, which allows it to become a weapon that can help the player deal with very diverse kinds of enemies. It is also confused a lot with the AK-47, as it even shoots the same ammo type. Actually, the AK-47 is not even featured in this game.
As you can see, the AK series provides a lot of flexibility. You can pick the weapon that most adapts to your mission or to your playstyle. The only weapon that comes close to these is maybe the FN-17, at least for me. Keep in mind that these are personal preferences. You might like different weapons.
And since I just mentioned it, here is the FN-17, a Belgian-designed battle rifle with semi-auto or full auto capabilities. Apart from the AK-74M that you saw earlier, this is the gun I most use. I could swear I repaired that silencer. I guess not. It is not as silent as the AK series silencer in my opinion. You can tell right away when your silencer is wasted. Next up we have the Tiger rifle, a popular Russian hunting rifle based on the legendary SVD-63 Dragunov. Powerful and accurate. I honestly just got this one, so I haven't used it much, but I probably will. I got shot so many times with this rifle. I just have to test it. Give those snipers a taste of their own medicine. Let's see some shotguns now. This is the IZH-27, an over and under double-barreled Soviet shotgun. It's pretty common in the game. There is a belt on the side of the shotgun that can hold an additional 6 shells. Like all shotguns, the IZH-27 is compatible with both 12-gauge buckshot and 12-gauge slugs. We also have this sawed-off version of this shotgun that is lighter, but louder when shooting and slightly less accurate, very Mafia style. Still, it is more convenient and comfortable in close quarters encounters compared to the full-size version. Next, we have this monster, the hunting shotgun, a side-by-side double-barreled Soviet shotgun. It is heavier than the sawed-off shotgun, but it is quieter when shooting and slightly more accurate. It can be a bit awkward to use during close quarters encounters due to its overall length. Now this here is the Sega 12K. If you want an AK-based shotgun that shoots round after round, this is for you. Pretty good. Wouldn't want to get shot with this one, I'll tell you that. Next we have what I call the Terminator shotgun. It has less capacity than the Sega 12K. But man, it looks so cool. You do have to cock it before shooting though, unlike I did here. I should have probably practiced shooting all these guns before making this video. My bad. That is an extremely loud weapon. Let's shoot it again. It just feels so good. I should definitely use this more. I have all these shotguns, but I never take them with me for some reason. If you like shotguns and are considering buying an expensive one, I would definitely consider this one. Now here we have a beautiful IZH-81, a Soviet pump-action shotgun. Not as cool as the last two, because you need to pump it after each shot. I do like the camouflage design though. The last weapon that I will show you is the Mosin Nagant. Whilst needing to be manually reloaded after each shot, it offers powerful firepower paired with long-range accuracy. This rifle fills the role of a long-range sniper, offering a one-click delete capability against most unarmored opponents. When used in this way, the manual bolt reload sequence becomes a salute of victory. Being a long-range weapon, it has slow handling characteristics and high recoil. Pairing this weapon with a sidearm capable of mid and close range encounters is recommended. Being a long-range weapon, it has slow handling characteristics and high recoil. You should pair this weapon with a sidearm capable of mid and close range encounters. Now, I bet you didn't know you can do this. I hope you didn't think I was going to leave that mess in my home. I hope you enjoyed the video. A little bug here. This paper is just floating in the air. Oh well, like, share and subscribe for more. Don't forget to use the discount code. It's valid the entire month of October 2024.